His job is to occupy Kareem Abdul-Jabbar at both ends of the floor. But at the age of 36, Abdul-Jabbar is playing like a man who's been gulping at the fountain of youth. In the backcourt, the Iceman squares off against the Magic Man. George Gervin has reached double figures for the Spurs in 385 straight games. And for Magic Johnson, the game of basketball is a symphony waiting to be orchestrated. It's the Forum in Inglewood, California. Game 1 for the Western title. 2 minutes and 57 seconds to go here in the first period, and San Antonio leading the Lakers 28-22. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Brent Musburger, and again, it is a pleasure for me to be working alongside the coach of the Atlanta Hawks, Kevin Lockery. And Kevin, don't blink in this series. They put 5 points up.
Oh, Brent, we have a high-scoring series, what we thought we'd have. Already there's 28 points on the board for San Antonio. George Gervin's already got 12 points in the first 10 minutes of the game. Significant. Rambis has 3 fouls already for LA.
And Artis Gilmore has picked up 2. You can see that Rambis is out. He is sitting on Pat Riley's bench, and Mark Landsberger is now the substitute. So the San Antonio Spurs in their traveling black uniforms, and this is Gene Banks, number 20. Magic Johnson controlling the tempo. The Iceman Gervin awaits him. Michael Cooper now on the floor for Los Angeles, number 21. And Billy Fultz has replaced Artis Gilmore. He has Kareem in that matchup. Norm Nixon.
Nixon has been hot all game. The significant factor is Magic Johnson has to score some points. He has not scored, and George Gervin has given him the shot, and he hasn't taken any yet.
Gervin comes around and penetrates. Jones went up, but it was offensive goaltending. No basket.
That was a very good call by Jack Madden. That was offensive goaltending. By that, when the ball is in the cylinder of the rim, you cannot touch it. Either player cannot touch it, and Edgar Jones did.
Jamaal Wilkes returns, and Magic Johnson will sit down for the Lakers. Now, the Spurs have gone to their bench, too, and that's why Edgar Jones is out there instead of Mike Mitchell. Fultz, of course, instead of Artis Gilmore. Nixon. 12 points for Norm Nixon. This is 00, Johnny Moore. He had a fantastic series against Denver. And he was beaten like a drum a year ago by Norm Nixon. Something to prove for 00, Johnny Moore. Knocked away and out of bounds from Gervin.
Stan Albach has done a fantastic job in San Antonio. Win over 60% of his games. He's done a great job in Cleveland before. Pat Riley, who has a 16-3 in a playoff record, and just in a championship his first year.
Gervin with an offensive board. Knocked free, Nixon. Cooper. A collision and a blocking foul on Kareem, and he will not. No, they're going to call a traveling. There was a disagreement, and Jack Madden has overruled Hugh Evans. The trailing official changed the call.
There's Kareem coming out. They usually call this a block in the NBA. Jack Madden had a charge. The other official, Hugh Evans, had a block, but Jack Madden had a better look at it and made the call.
Wilkes. Kareem and Fultz pushing on.
This is big. Billy Fultz is a physical player. They're going to bring the ball into Kareem. He's already got Gilmore with 2 fouls. It's important that Billy Fultz doesn't get foul trouble also.
Last minute of the first period. Wilkes. Up against the Lakers trap rather easily.
Offensive foul on George Gervin for pushing off on Cooper in the post. Gervin was looking to post up. Cooper, he pushed them off. Good call. LA will probably hold it for one shot. Right now they have 29 seconds left in the quarter. Hold it for one shot.
The Lakers have come back on the strength of converting their last 10 field goal attempts, and that's why we are deadlocked. Reaching around, foul on Moore.
That was a very bad foul by Moore. He just should have let the clock run down and let Nixon take the jump shot. He reached in. It's the second foul. And now Bob McAdoo is coming in the game for the first time in a long time. But
Gervin lost control. Wilkes. And the first period has come to an end. The Lakers lead the Spurs 32-30. 62 points in the first period of this game. These two teams blazed away from the field. The Lakers hit their last 10, shot 75%. The Spurs a deadly 50%. Now Bob McAdoo is playing for the Lakers for the first time since February. He tore a tendon in a toe during a practice session. He was in a cast. It was his right leg. We've watched him work out the last couple of days with the Lakers. Kevin, what did you think about his rehabilitation?
I think he's in pretty good shape. It's dependent on how his shot is, and he's been a great shooter. Here we go, his first shot. But I think he's in good shape. He ran pretty well, and I think he can help for 5 to 6 minutes. Pat Riley said he'd like to play him 5 to 6 minutes a half, but he substituted him for Kareem.
Artis Gilmore, the A-train, returns for the Spurs. That foul was against Mark Landsberger. Mike Dunleavy, who led the NBA in three-pointers, on the floor working against Nixon. Artis came into McAdoo, and Cooper also there, and Michael Cooper assessed with the foul.
It's a good move by Stan Auerbach. Go right against McAdoo. Bring the ball in, see if you can play defense. It's been awful while. They gave him the double team help. There was a foul, but Stan Auerbach does a good job getting the ball in the hands of his players at the right time. It's not a complicated offense, but he gets the ball where it has to be at that time. Take advantage of McAdoo with Gilmore.
Nixon. Gilmore clears it out. There's Gervin. Backs in on Cooper, offensive foul.
That's George Gervin going one-on-one against Michael Cooper, who's a great defensive player. That's the second time that George has thrown a charge. One push off and a charge, and good defense by Michael Cooper.
Looking for Nixon. Go to Dunleavy. Turned it over, and Dunleavy regains control. Comes inside to Mitchell. Loses. Gilmore. Has it knocked away by Cooper. Dunleavy with a three-pointer. Mike and Dunleavy, but no basket on it.
3 seconds on Artis Gilmore. Mike Dunleavy likes to shoot the three-pointer, but Artis Gilmore was in the lane for 3 seconds. They went into Artis again. Now they're bringing back Kareem for Landsberger and going with Kareem and McAdoo. This is a good big lineup for LA with Wilkes, Kareem, and McAdoo up front, and Magic Johnson and Coop in the backcourt. Biggest lineup they can put on the floor.
Wilkes. Hit by the Spurs.
Very important that McAdoo hit a couple of his first shots. If he misses his first 2 or 3 shots, it's not going to be good for his confidence.
Kareem hooks. 12 points for Abdul-Jabbar in the first half. We've got 10 minutes to go. Dunleavy eyeing the three-pointer. And inside, and Gervin down the middle.
Again, the Lakers are double-team him, but you can't leave ice. He's too tough.
Rebound Cooper. McAdoo. Edgar Jones quickly, and Cooper intercepts, and here's McAdoo. Traveling is the call. It'll go.
There's a great difference in playing in practice and playing in game condition. You get yourself this shot, his first 2 shots are short, his legs aren't there, he walks. A big difference game conditions in practice.
The last of the Cowboys. Sandra Locke is a poor little rich girl who needs taming. The network premiere of Bronco Billy, Sunday at 8, 7 Central and Mountain.
We are live at the Forum in Inglewood, California. The hands of an artist, Ken Thomas, sculpting for NBA properties during this game. He started out with just a ball of clay, and by the time he's finished, we'll have an NBA basketball player. Mike Dunleavy brings it up for the Spurs. We've got 9:30 to go first half, 35-34. Spurs lead it. Lakers now with a chance to regain the lead. Magic. Wilkes. Fake inside, no foul. And as McAdoo was coming up, the Dunleavy foul hit.
A different type team with Mike Dunleavy as the lead guard than Johnny Moore. Dunleavy is a shooter. Moore looks to pass more, but Mike Dunleavy can shoot the three-pointer and has hurt LA all season with the three-point play.
Kareem. That Artis Gilmore is playing with 2 personals here in the first half. Coming down the stretch with 3 or 4, you would expect Gilmore to be leaning his 260 pounds on Kareem when he goes to the hook. Johnny Moore has returned 0-0, and Gervin leaves for the Spurs. McAdoo gets inside Jones.
That's a great confidence builder for Bob McAdoo, but Magic Johnson made the play with a great lob pass, and Bob dunked the ball.
Knocked away from Artis. Lead to Jamaal. Foot race Dunleavy. Moore penetrates. And draws the foul. And it's against Kareem, his first.
As Johnny Moore penetrating to the hoop, Kareem jumps out and does give him the hip. Very good call. It's only the first foul on Kareem. Gilmore has 2 fouls.
Dunleavy. Magic. Lead to Wilkes.
Have been made by Magic Johnson. He did not score, but he was a significant factor. San Antonio will take the timeout.
The eyes of an all-star. Magic, knowing he had a man on his right, never looked at him. Dished to Jamaal at the last moment. No points, but 6 assists. And Marcus Allen of the Los Angeles Raiders is in the audience here at the Forum this afternoon. 35 points for the Spurs and 40 for the Lakers. with 8 minutes and 5 seconds to go in the first half. Knocked away by McAdoo. Strong defensive move. Magic glides in. It'll count.
That's a great drive by Magic. The last 3 baskets he fed off for an assist. He's one of the few players that would rather pass than score. This time he takes it all the way to the hoop, around Dunleavy. Great shot. The foul by Mitchell. Got a chance to make a 3-point play. What a great basketball player Magic Johnson is. There's Magic coming all the way down the floor. Little stutter step all the way to the basket. 3-point play. Good to play.
Token pressure by Cooper, and the Spurs come up easily. Mitchell dishes in Gilmore. Dunleavy, 3-pointer.
Los Angeles went with the trap. What a way to break the trap. Shoot a 3-point play. And Dunleavy has done this all year against LA.
We'll have highlights of that game. Halftime, Pat O'Brien is here. A marvelous way to start the Eastern Conference Final. Four on the shot clock. Fresh 24. McAdoo to Kareem. Mitchell. Foul as he came to the glass. George Gervin will return.
Brent, this is the area where you can really take advantage of McAdoo defensively. He hasn't played in quite a while. He's practiced his jump shooting, and he's practiced his offense, as most players will do when they're off. But defensively, he has to be a little shaky. I think they'll go right at him every chance they get.
Nixon will replace McAdoo.
Pat got the 5 or 6 minutes out of him that he liked to have in the first half. Excellent job done by McAdoo. A couple of nice passes, hit 1 basket. Did an excellent job.
And he leaves with the Lakers up by 6. Cooper fouled him.
Pat Riley's done a great job with the Lakers. He's really in control in the playoff situations. Had enough experience now in 19 games. He's won 16. That's not a bad record. Not a bad record at all. Johnny Moore's playing with supreme confidence. He had an unbelievable series against Denver. He was sensational in assists. He broke the assist record for a series, averaged 27 points a game. He was outstanding. Pat Riley called the play out. They wanted a lob for Kareem. Great execution by the Lakers.
Thanks. Nixon. Here's Moore. Cooper's back. Pretty move inside and Michael Cooper. Pat Riley will go to a timeout.
Timeout, Lakers.
We have
Amazing.
5 minutes and 11 seconds to go here in the first half.
It's amazing to see the development of Johnny Moore and the confidence he has in his game right now.
We are live at the Forum, Inglewood, California, here on CBS, the home of the NBA Championship. You could not ask for better basketball than you have seen on CBS this afternoon. Philadelphia beating Milwaukee in overtime in the first game, 111 to 109. Here in the Western Conference Final, the Spurs and the Lakers shooting it out. It is 49-47. Lakers over the Spurs. We have 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go in the first half. Abdul-Jabbar with Artis coming up with it. A little bit more difficult to shoot that sky hook when Artis Gilmore's at the other end.
That's exactly right. They're not even double teaming. They're letting Gilmore play Kareem, which is making it a very good defensive setup. Here's the sky hook now. You'll notice on this that Kareem is a little further out of his position. He's out about 12, 13 feet. And it was a loose ball foul called, and it'll be 2 foul shots because they're in the penalty.
That was the third foul of the game on Magic Johnson. Now, Magic went down, as did Gene Banks of the Spurs, and Banks was shaken up, but he's all right. He'll stay in. Landsberger returns, and Magic will go out with those 3 fouls. There's Banks sort of shaking off the effects. He slammed into the floor extremely hard. And here is Landsberger. Mike Mitchell, who came to the Spurs from Cleveland. Now the Lakers will try to regain that lead. Abdul-Jabbar, he was fouled as he took the turn. And if that goes against Artis, that's number 3. It is. That's 3 on Gilmore.
Here's the bumping and the shoving in the post. Artis has his hands on his shirt. He grabs his jersey. Very good call. And it's a good play. Now they'll have to probably come with Billy Paul.
Stan Albeck is conferring on the sideline, wondering what to do with 4:47 to go here in the first half.
I believe they're going to have to get Artis out of the game and bring in Billy Paul. They don't want to pick up the 4th. And Artis, if they go to Artis offensively a lot, he could pick up an offensive foul.
And Kareem has been hot here in the first half with 17 points, so Fultz would have his hands full. Mitchell on the turnaround. Cooper fouled him. Starting to talk about Mike Mitchell because he played on bad teams at Cleveland. He certainly did not deserve some of the raps that he had about his game. He was a far better basketball player. Some folks thought he was selfish, but he has come down here with the Spurs and he has fit in extremely well. Albeck's attack.
Brent, he's a great offensive player. San Antonio has a great scorer at the guard spot, the center spot, and Mitchell up front. They have people that can get 30 points at each spot in a given night. And that's what makes him so tough to defend. And Mitchell's a great offensive player.
One-point San Antonio lead. 4 minutes, 30 seconds, first half. Cooper. Mitchell with a strong rebound, and here's Moore to the middle, and Gilmore. Off now to Banks. Blocked beautifully by Cooper. So, gets it back. Blocked by Gervin, just yanked away from him. It's 2-on-2. The trailer's Mitchell. Spurs up by 3 and 3:48 to go here in the first half. Goes inside, batted away Kareem. Nixon for the Lakers. Open man if he can get control. Wilkes comes down baseline. Landsberger crashing to the glass. Did not expect the pass. Out of bounds goes to the Spurs.
Brent, when Magic's not in the game for LA, you don't see as many layups. They end up shooting a little bit more from the outside. He runs the break so well. Not that Nixon can't do it, but you see more jump shots.
Double teaming Gervin, and so Moore was left alone.
He used to be able to double team Gervin and leave Moore alone, but he's playing with too much confidence. You can't give him a wide open 17-foot jump shot. He can stick that all day now.
Seconds on that shot clock. Nixon. Thanks. Great pass to Artis Gilmore. Into Michael Cooper. No basket. There was a foul prior to that, and it is now 3 on George Gervin. 3 fouls on Gervin and 3 fouls on Gilmore. Timeout.
On the court. Of the Western Conference Finals, the San Antonio Spurs meet the world champion Los Angeles Lakers Tuesday night on CBS Sports.
2 minutes left here in the first half, and let's go to Pat O'Brien and see what's cooking for halftime. Pat?
Thank you, Brent. We'll take a look at the highlights of the Philadelphia 76ers, Milwaukee's Bucks game today in Philadelphia. We'll see if Rookie of the Year candidate Terry Cummings' heart problems will prevent him from playing again, and an update on Seattle's David Thompson, who's entered a drug rehabilitation program. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Pat, thank you. Sounds like another interesting halftime coming up, and I want to remind everybody while I've got a chance that Game 2 of this series scheduled right here in the Forum, and we'll bring that game to you Tuesday night at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. In fact, every game of the Western Conference Final, for as far as it goes, will be televised by CBS. We go to San Antonio Friday and Sunday afternoon, and Kevin, you talk about a crowd that's alive. Wait till we get to San Antonio. They've got fever down there.
They're wild.
Here's Cooper. Goes to Nixon. Into Kareem. Mitchell. And Gervin is now off the floor with those 3 fouls, as is Magic Johnson. Knocked away by Kareem. McAdoo. Nixon dribbles around Moore, and here's Silk. Batted away by Gilmore, but to Cooper, who comes in. Mitchell. Nixon in the middle. Cooper. Loose. Jamaal. Kareem. Easy.
Last 2 baskets by Los Angeles have been on the offensive board. They have to get more rebounds. Everybody's dependent on Gilmore in San Antonio. Mitchell and Banks have to go to the defensive board.
Moore. And the Spurs go back into the lead.
Pat Riley has taken a 20-second timeout. He'd like to get 2 out of the last 3 shots with 40 seconds left in the half. 18 seconds left in the shot clock. He'd like to get 2 of the last 3 shots out of it. Get a quick shot now, then tone come down, take a shot, and then you get the last shot.
So Pat Riley, who last year guided this team to a world championship, not bad for an ex-broadcaster.
That's exactly right. He's done an outstanding job. One thing about Pat, his players play hard every night. That's very important. I think you can say the same thing about Stan Auerbach. When their players hit the floor, they come to play and give 100%. They know they're respected by the players, and I think that's the key to good coaching.
Stan, of course, was an assistant coach here under Jerry West, who is now the general manager of the Los Angeles Lakers. He is in attendance. In fact, we have the top 3 all-time scoring leaders in NBA playoff history here. Kareem, Abdul-Jabbar, George Gervin, and Jerry West. What the average against you, Kevin?
I think I held in one series to 50 points a game. Not bad. Not bad. Stan Auerbach has just taken out Artis Gilmore. He's used his 22nd timeout to get Artis out so he doesn't pick up his 4th foul. He brought in Billy Pulse to go against Kareem. As I said, I think L.A. will try to get a quick shot so they can get 2 out of the last 3 shots and use the odds in their favor.
The eyes of the Spurs. They were such a dejected bunch a year ago when they were blowing out 4 straight. They were on a mission this time around. And the Lakers trying to become the first team to repeat as world champions in 13 years. Not since Bill Russell of the Boston Celtics did. Cooper. Johnny Moore goes down to Dunleavy, who broke free. And Cooper came back goaltending. But more importantly, Dunleavy may have re-injured that foot.
Dunleavy's been having problems with his right foot, which helps him. The foot he uses to shoot the long jump off, I think he's in very severe pain. I think he's hurt. See the last shot right now of the quarter for the Lakers. They have 9 seconds on the shot clock.
An expensive field goal for the Spurs. Nixon. Short. And again it's Dunleavy. Cooper comes at an angle. Moore shot. And Dunleavy goes out beyond the end line, walks back, seems to be all right. It is the right foot again. And this year, of course, he hit 67 3-point plays in the NBA. That is 57 more than the entire Los Angeles Laker team, conferring with the Spurs trainer. Seems to be all right. We've had an excellent first half here in the Forum. Pat O'Brien will be coming along with more here at halftime as we continue on CBS.
Hi, everybody. Pat O'Brien back at the Los Angeles Forum, where San Antonio leads the Los Angeles Lakers 61-58. There was an important, if not surprising, development in Seattle late this week. Unfortunately, concerns David Thompson, the superstar on the Supersonics, a man trying to come to grips with a drug problem.
David admitted he had a problem, and right now he's doing something about solving it.
Drug rumors have followed David Thompson through his pro career, but after he signed with Seattle last year, he denied he was a drug abuser while with the Denver Nuggets.
There's not a problem with drugs, no. There never have been. Some of the statements that were made weren't true.
Thompson had a strong early season with Seattle this year, 12 straight wins. Then there were knee and other injuries, and now this.
It was at the end of the season, last few games, is when I became aware that he had a problem.
Another setback for Thompson, but he's meeting it head on. And his future?
We'll monitor the progress. He has to be in an inpatient environment where he's in a place for 28 days, and then they'll monitor it after that for another 60 days, and we'll get progress reports, and then we'll see. We'll see how we feel, and we'll see how David feels, whether he wants to continue playing basketball.
Often part of the problem is solved when the abuser himself faces up to the problem, and now that David Thompson has done that, we hope he's on the road to recovery. Meantime, Terry Cummings, San Diego's sensational rookie, he had an outstanding season, averaging 24 points a game and 11 rebounds. But just when everybody was talking Rookie of the Year, came the chest pain, shortness of breath, and fainting spells. Here's more from Charles C. Campbell.
22-year-old Terry Cummings, the All-American forward from DePaul, was the San Diego Clippers' first-round draft choice and the second pick overall last year. He was an immediate success in the NBA this season and was on top of the world until December 15th against the Utah Jazz.
Terry Cummings of San Diego, flat on his back at the far end of the court, hurt on that last play before the timeout. He has not moved, and the trainer and the doctors are working over him. Now Cummings is being helped to his feet. Terry Cummings apparently passed out, we're told. Now has been, he's back, and they're taking him and walking him to the dressing room. Just exhausted and passed out at the far end of the court.
At the time, we had EKGs run on Terry. We had stress tests, ran blood samples, and the only thing we could find is that he had iron deficiency. And the EKGs and things we've done and looked at by cardiologists didn't show any problem with the heart.
But there was a problem. Although he became the league's top candidate for Rookie of the Year, he complained of being lightheaded and short of breath. A cardiac monitor during the game on April 5th revealed the problem. His season was over. After sitting out the last 6 games of the NBA season, Terry came here to Northwestern Memorial Hospital in Chicago for tests a little over 2 weeks ago. It was determined that he was suffering from arrhythmia, which is an irregular beating of the heart, a condition which could not be left untreated.
The analogy would be to a person with perhaps diabetes who left untreated or left without insulin would be in a life-threatening situation. However, with appropriate medical therapy, their lifestyle can be virtually normalized.
Now he is taking medication to curb the arrhythmia, something he'll need to take whether he plays again or not, and has started a moderate exercise program which includes shooting baskets and light calisthenics. Over the summer, he'll play in a summer league under constant monitoring by medical personnel. Not until then will his doctor be able to give him the risks involved in playing a game. They hope his chances of full recovery will be over 90%.
At no one time during the course of this whole ordeal did I think my career was over, and I still don't. I just don't think like that.
Ultimately, whose decision will it be whether you play again or not?
Primarily what it boils down to is what I feel, because I have a family to take care of. You know, I have a wife, and I've got a little 20-month-old boy, and I have to look out for them. And, you know, and I'm pretty sure they want me to be around. They'd rather me be around than, you know, playing basketball and dropping dead or something.
We should point out that it's not unusual for athletes to play under medication for things like diabetes and even epilepsy in the case of Bobby Jones. But even with heart problems, there's a little something different. Even with great strides in sports medicine, there's a lot of concern on whether Terry Cummings can return to professional basketball. When we come back at the half, we'll go out to Philadelphia and see how the Philadelphia 76ers defeated Milwaukee today. That and more after a message. Pat O'Brien along with Brent Musburger and Kevin Lockery back live at the Los Angeles Forum. In Philadelphia today, they had an overtime game. Philadelphia 111, Milwaukee 109. Let's go to Dick Stockton now and see how Philadelphia took a 1-0 in that series, Eastern Conference Series.
Milwaukee and Philadelphia, 2 teams who have been down this road before, staged a breathtaking struggle that wound up in overtime before the 76ers prevailed 111-109 over the Bucks to take a 1-0 lead in their best-of-7 Eastern Conference Final.
Well, we knew we'd be in a tough series, and we knew it would be something similar to the way it was played today.
Sparked by Maurice Cheeks, who led the Sixers with 26, and Julius Erving, who had 19. Sixers opened up a 16-point first-half lead. Marcus Johnson helped bring Milwaukee back with 30 points. They took their first lead in the third period. Then down toward the finish, it was Junior Bridgman with 4 ties who helped send the game into overtime. And in the extra session, defensive plays like this by Bobby Jones and Clint Richardson, who scored all 7 Philadelphia points in overtime, set up a 2-point lead. Then with 9 seconds to go, Milwaukee with a chance to tie the game. Nowhere to go. The man they went to, Brian Winters, whose 3-point attempt failed, and the 76ers had outlasted the Bucks.
Well, it looked like they were trying to isolate, and then Maurice came over to help out, and then Marcus made this smart play and dished it off to Brian Winters, and Brian just hit the back of the rim.
So the series continues back at the Spectrum, Game 2 Wednesday. This is Dick Stockton, CBS Sports.
Thank you for that report, Dick. Game 2 is Tuesday night. In fact, on CBS, you'll see this entire series on the NBA on CBS. When we come back, the Laker girls. We'll have that story for you after a word from your local stations. San Antonio Spurs 61, Los Angeles Lakers 58 at the half here on CBS. You know, traditionally, halftimes bring out big brass bands, balloons, dancing baton twirlers. But here at the Los Angeles Forum, they've tried to do something a little more traditional. Well, we'll let you decide that. Perhaps the most famous cheerleaders in all the world are the Dallas Cowgirls. But look out, Dallas. Here come the Laker girls. Don't be deceived here. This is Hollywood, where with a little makeup and clothing change, you can be anybody. They usually look a little more like Laker girls, but the costume changes have fooled some people.
We got a chance to dress up like gangsters, like men. And the funny story is that when we were ready to perform this routine, the ushers wouldn't even let us on the floor because we looked so real.
Well, it's a little boring to have just cheerleading all the time when in fact it really isn't cheerleading. This is show business, and you can see what it takes to please the show business crowd that usually shows up at the Forum. The cheering is for the Lakers. But the fans do enjoy the Laker girls. They are certainly infinitely more interesting than free throw contests. Oh, and don't attempt to make foolish or denigrating remarks about dressing up like men. You might be sorry.
I'm a tough girl and I can handle myself. So if anyone tried to give you some slack, I mean, they're losing their life.
I think if her mother's watching, I think she was kidding. Anyway, we'll be back with the second half with Brent and Kevin after a message or two.
Kevin, looking at the field goal percentages, you would say, hey, there's no defense in this game, but
they're great offensive players on both teams. They're pushing the ball off the floor. They're playing the open game that we thought it would be, which is not only a great game, but it's very entertaining for the fans.
And they're in the backcourt, of course, reflecting the situation regarding Magic Johnson, who has been dishing out assists but not scoring. So the Spurs have a tremendous advantage there in the backcourt, but both George Gervin and Magic each will come back now with 3 fouls.
The rebounding is very close, 21-19. That's not significant. I think Johnny Moore's 13 points and 9 assists in the first half is different so far.
In our leading individuals, Mike Mitchell for the Spurs. He tossed in 16 points. And then, of course, for the Los Angeles Lakers, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the 19 points. And Kevin, as you watched the first half unfold, what are your thoughts right now?
You have to be excited if you're a San Antonio fan, because we've seen them in practice yesterday. We talked to the coaching staff. They're extremely confident, and you can see it in their style of play. They got up early. L.A. came back at them. They weathered that, and they took a 3-point half-court lead. They have to keep Artis out of foul trouble.
And we are set to begin the second half. The Lakers will have possession. Nixon takes the ball from Hugh Evans, goes to Magic Johnson, and here we come. Rambis is back for the Lakers. He, of course, left early in the first half with those 3 fouls. So the starting lineups are out there. Kareem swings and muscles up a hook and goes to 21 points. Johnny Moore. Comes up with the land of the Giants and drew a foul.
Johnny Moore has really become the leader of this team. Lost him in the last series against Denver. Here he is driving to the basket. Hesitation move right here, and he's fouled by Kareem. It's the second foul on Kareem, but Moore with the 13 points, 9 assists. He's the take-charge guy right now for San Antonio.
That is the matchup that Spurs coach Stan Albeck told us yesterday at practice he thought was the key. Moore against Norm Nixon. A year ago in the blowout, it was all one-sided. It was all Nixon. Johnson to the right side for Pat Riley and the Lakers. Switches to Nixon. Here's Kareem. Hooks.
That's the famous sky hook. You cannot stop that. LA's going to Kareem just about every time down the floor. It could wear out Kareem physically in this game a little bit down the stretch.
Dean Banks goes into Artis Gilmore. Gilmore trying to make Kareem work on defense, and there'll be a jump ball.
Very good defensive play by Kareem. He scored on one end. Artis wanted to come back and score on the other end. Kareem blocked the shot. They call the jump ball. Here's the play where both players get their hands on the ball at the same time. When they come down, it's a jump ball. Good call.
Lakers control the tap. Nixon. Quick to Rambis. Magic Johnson taking forward Gene Banks on defense, and Jamaal is on the Iceman. Banks misses the shot. Run down in the corner by Rambis. Gene Banks goes over a chair. He hit his head when he landed. He crashed to the floor over here behind the row of chairs. A couple of fans now helping him up over there. He took a tremendous shot in the back of the head as he went down.
That was a tremendous effort by Eugene Banks. Here he is going over to go for the loose ball right over the fans and trip on the fan on the feet. He really hit his head. We've seen the play from this angle, but he seems to be all right. Thankfully, he's a very strong young man.
That's the second time he's crashed to the floor. In the first half, he collided with Magic Johnson and went down. He's one of those tough kids out of West Philadelphia. Went down to Duke. Led the Blue Devils into the NCAA finals as a freshman. Sort of got forgotten after that. I think that folks felt he should take Duke into the NCAA championship every year, and perhaps they felt he was not that talented. So he was a second-round draft choice by the Spurs, and now this year he has come alive. He just loves an open floor game. Very, very artistic player. Kareem on the turnaround. Here's Banks. Mitchell. Magic. Nixon. Blocked by Moore. Run down Rambis. Here's Magic. To Kareem. Rambis, offensive rebound, and he is fouled. Coming up 4 on Artis Gilmore.
That was great movement of the ball by the Lakers. They kept moving the ball. When that happens, your offensive rebound becomes easier because the ball's been moving. Rambis gets the offensive rebound here. He gets Artis up in the air with a pump fake. There's the foul. That's the 4th foul. Artis Gilmore, Stan Auerbach has a decision to make.
Well, that'll be Tuesday night here in the Forum, and then, of course, Friday night we go to San Antonio. Every game of the Western Conference Final this year will be televised by CBS. Lakers leading the Spurs by 2. Stan Auerbach has decided to gamble. He will leave Artis Gilmore in the game with the 4 fouls.
He did it in the first half, Brent. He knows his talent. He knows the type player and the mentality of an Artis Gilmore, that he feels that he will not draw a quick fifth foul. He'll go, I bet, 4 or 5 minutes before he brings in Billy Paulson, his normal type substitution at the end of the third quarter.
And here is Rambis. Lakers applied pressure in the backcourt with that trap. They're up by 4. Mike Mitchell hit by Rambis. Kareem with control. Knocked by Banks. Picked up Magic. Nixon. Offensive foul. Offense. No basket.
That was a good call by Jack Madden. That was an offensive foul on Nixon. Nixon was the first one to know it. Drive to the basket. Good position by Moore. There's the foul. Offensive foul.
Johnny Moore. Tipped up by Gervin, and there was a loose ball foul underneath.
Ball was against Gervin. He leaned on the shoulder of Kareem. The foul was on George Gervin. That's the 4th personal foul on George Gervin. There's a lot of people in this game getting in serious foul trouble.
And so the benches loom ever so important. Nixon. Here's Gervin. Gervin had 12 points in the first period, 2 in the second, and is yet to score here in the second half. Mitchell. Jamaal. Gervin. Kareem just a little tired right now. Mitchell.
Mike Mitchell can shoot the basketball, particularly in the open field. He can shoot a little jump shot.
Nixon should have taken the shot. Kareem. Rambis. 4 fouls on him.
I don't think that's the shot that Kareem wanted to take, the jump shot. There's a 4th foul on Rambis. Now Pat Riley has a decision on the other end. Should I make the substitution? Here comes McAdoo.
Retreating to Gervin just a moment. He's taken only 1 shot since that first period. That is not like George. He'll cheer that in a few seconds.
He heard you, Bradley, because he got one off awful quick. It's an interesting thing going on that Keith Wilkes is playing George Gervin. The same thing in the last series where Wilkes had to play Jim Paxson and Portland. He's playing Gervin where Magic is going against the bigger man in Banks, because he's not a bigger man, but he's a forward, because Magic is 6'8". So Keith Wilkes has done an excellent job in the second half so far on ice, but ice can get him up and get him score quick. Probably has the best touch for a man like that I've seen in a long time.
I was just about to say that I've never seen such a delicate touch. It's like a feather when he walks the ball. So here's Magic, who, like Gervin, grew up in the state of Michigan. Attended Michigan State. Gervin went to Eastern Michigan. Magic on the miss. Here's Mitchell. Moore down the middle, dishes to the ice. Very unselfish pass by Moore. Here's Nixon retreating. A beautiful drive. Rejected by Wilkes. He is all over the ice. Off quickly to Nixon. McAdoo. Nixon. Way off. Open man. It'll be easy for Gervin.
Very fast-paced game right now. Both teams looking a fast break. Jamaal Wilkes has done a good job on Gervin, but you're not going to hold him down for the whole game.
Pat Riley uses a timeout. He has fallen behind the Spurs, 72-68. We have 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the 3rd period. We'll return in just a moment. Here's why they want Wilkes on Gervin.
Who says there's no defense in the NBA? There's a little shoving and pushing. Watch this block. Gervin goes up for the jumper. Perfect defense with the left hand. Great defense by Jamaal.
And, of course, at the end of this game, Kevin and I will be picking the Miller High Life Player of the Game. And in conjunction with the award, Miller will present a check for $1,000 to a special cause, the Special Olympics, in that player's name. Here we have 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go, and the Spurs leading the Lakers by 4 points. Magic Johnson in the corner. Kareem. Oh, no! Forced the hook that time. Gervin comes out, and San Antonio can build a 6-point lead. Banks does. McAdoo to Magic. Inside to Wilkes. Interrupted Gilmore, taken away by Banks. Out of bounds on a fast pass.
That was the wrong man in the middle on the fast break. Eugene Banks is not comfortable in that position and made a terrible turnover.
Nixon. Moved around. And Norm Nixon now has scored 20. McAdoo, outlet to Wilkes. McAdoo, short. Gervin off, over to Moore. Nice pass to Banks. That's the man you want handling the ball. Double O. Here's Wilkes. He comes back on Artis. And is he clobbered from the other side. Johnny Moore came over, and he got a piece of Wilkes.
I was lucky that Gilmore didn't get called for the foul. Johnny Moore took the foul, I think, because he's seen Gilmore back there and didn't want Gilmore to get his fifth foul. That's definitely a foul on Johnny Moore. The pace has really picked up, Brent. And you got San Antonio is playing with extreme confidence, and you got to give Stan Alback a lot of credit for hanging in there with Gilmore. A lot of people say, oh, you should have got him out. He knows his players.
Nixon will sit. Got the bounce. Even Jamal's about ready to start laughing over that one.
Some people call that touch, and also some people call luck.
4 points, San Antonio lead. Keep in mind that the Spurs have won 2 games already in the Forum this season by 21 and 12 points. They have won 4 of the 5 regular season games. Loose Lakers turnover, Magic. Dish to Rush. Gervin. Long pass to Jamaal, and he loses control coming up for the shot. He was the open man. What a pretty pass that was.
That's a great talent by Kareem. He rebounds the basketball, and the reaction he had to look up the floor and see Jamaal Wilson in the open field. It's a long baseball pass to Jamaal, who's out in front of the field. Unfortunately, they didn't score on the play, but what a great reaction by a great player in Kareem.
On the fouls for San Antonio, you can see Gilmore and Gervin 4 apiece. Moore with 3, and for the Lakers, Rambis with 4, and Magic Johnson with the 3. Turnovers, fairly even. A couple of freewheeling teams, they're going to dish it out of bounds occasionally. 14 for the Spurs and 11 for the Lakers. Now, off of those turnovers, here are the points that have been scored, and the Lakers have been far more successful there. 16-8 over the Spurs. 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in period number 3 here in the Forum, and the Spurs leading by 2, 76-74. Banks moves the ball to Gervin. Magic. Jamaal. Back to McAdoo.
That's what the people have been waiting for. He's been short on his first 3 jump shots. That one he drilled. If he can get hot, that's what LA needs. A tremendous boost from him. He's a great shooter.
Rejected by Kareem.
His fifth foul. Billy Pauls will have to substitute. It's a tough way to get your 5th foul on an offensive rebound. He might have got hit first by Kareem. He goes over the top. And the call is being made. He did go over the top, and that's 5 fouls. Very significant in the game right now with him sitting on the bench.
So now the pressure mounts on Billy Pauls, and they go right to Kareem. And Pauls stays right with Kareem. Outlet to Moore. Here's Gervin.
Great pass by Moore to Gervin, and LA come right back at you with Magic.
Kareem in behind
What LA has to be careful of, Brent, is not to go too much to Kareem and start standing around looking in for him every time, because I think you get out of the flow of the game that way.
Mitchell. Deflected McAdoo, and here's Kareem. Out to Cooper. McAdoo. That goes against Wilkes. His second. Norm Nixon returns. And Jamaal leaves. side.
That's a different Johnny Moore. He's not that shot there. He used to take it all, never mind make it. That's a different play.
So with that three-pointer, Spurs have the lead. Magic on the drive. Loose. Picked up by Cooper. Nixon. Lakers ahead by a point. 1:34 to go. Johnny Moore over to Banks, and as he came by, he stepped out of bounds.
Mike Dunleavy will come in the game with George Gervin, try to give him a little bit of a rest for the Lets to be ready for the stretch drive. We'll probably only sit out a minute or so. There's a play by Moore going to the basket. He actually tripped and stepped out of bounds.
Cooper. On the back door.
That was a great pass by Kareem. They took advantage of Magic against Dunleavy. He has about a 5 or 6 inch difference. It's going to be tough for Dunleavy to guard him in the post.
Thanks. Last shot time here in the third period. Coming in on Moore, and Johnny fouled him.
Paul Nixon drew the foul. Went a little early because now San Antonio has a chance to come back with a basket because they have 5 seconds left. It's a straight drive to the basket. There's a bump by Moore. That's the 4th foul on Moore. So there's an awful lot of key people getting in foul trouble in this game right now. Seconds is plenty of time for San Antonio to get off the street.
Nixon regains it. Cooper. 1 second to go on the clock. And because the clock does not start until someone touches the ball on the floor, if they can get an open man, they might get Dunleavy long. Let's see. Banks.
At the end of 3 periods, the Lakers
This is CBS.
We are back live in the Forum here on CBS, the home of the NBA championship, and Kevin Locklear will be out there surfing on our day off, and then we'll be back Tuesday night. And here is the story of this game. In the middle, Kareem has outscored Artis 25-7.
That's very significant, Brent. Not only the points, but also has out-rebounded Artis Gilmore. I feel Gilmore is a better rebounder than Kareem. I think the constant foul trouble that Gilmore has been in this game has inhibited his play totally on the board and his scoring ability. A trap right here by the Lakers.
Dunleavy gets it off to Gervin. They move it to Paultz, back to Dunleavy. And here comes Gervin. Banks. Banks cleans up on an out-of-control shot that time to cut it to 2. Magic. Edgar Jones, outlet to Dunleavy. Banks. Gervin dishes it right to McAdoo. Out to Nixon. Lead now to Cooper. Hit by Dunleavy. And that is 3, and Dunleavy goes back now to offer a hand to Cooper. Tells him he's sorry that he took him to the floor.
That was a good foul by Mike Dunleavy. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. Here's the play. It goes over, actually goes to steal the ball, and he saved 2 shots. They didn't give 2 shots. So excellent play by Mike Dunleavy. Nobody hurt.
Magic.
Beautiful ball movement by the Lakers. Nixon to McAdoo to Magic for 2 points. Super ball movement.
Pulse on a lazy pass, anticipated by Magic. Dunleavy comes in, and Magic stuffs it. And it's quickly becoming crisis time for the Spurs. They'll come back with Artis Gilmore here when they get an opportunity. Jones. Magic again in the middle, running the attack, and here's Cooper. The Lakers showing you why they are the NBA champions. Kareem to Magic in the middle, directing the attack, dishing it just the right moment to Michael Cooper. And we'll have plenty of that action coming up. Game 2 of this series right here in the Forum, Tuesday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern. Then Game 3 in San Antonio Friday night, and Game 4 Sunday afternoon in San Antonio, 1 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, don't forget, next Saturday afternoon, we will also be back to that tremendous series between Philadelphia and Milwaukee. Dunleavy goes into Artis, who has returned with 5 fouls. Here's Banks. The Spurs searching for a hot hand.
That was a big hoop by San Antonio. They needed a basket. They struggled to get it. But a great individual effort by Eugene Banks. When Artis went out, it was tied. When he came back, they were down 8.
Fires it back to Dunleavy. 3-pointer on its way. Off Jones' hands, goes to the Lakers. That timing between Nixon and Cooper is as fine as you'll see in the NBA. Johnson to Kareem, and that's going to be offense. And that'll be 3 fouls against Abdul-Jabbar as he pushed Dunleavy out of the way. So it'll go over to the Spurs. 8 minutes and 49 seconds left here in the final period. 95-87. Kareem was denying Artis the ball down low. They go through Edgar Jones, who forces a shot. Magic. Nixon. Mitchell rebounds. Did not spot Dunleavy until it was too late. He had broken free. Now Dunleavy glides inside. Out of bounds, and it'll go over on the turnover.
Magic can run the ball up the floor better than any guard probably in professional basketball right now. Even though he's not scoring, he's directing the team. They get the ball to him every single time they can on a fast break. This time he went all the way. He's one of the few players in professional basketball that would rather pass the ball than score. And he can score also. He's a great player. He can play all the positions, forward, center. He's played center before, lead guard, second guard. He's a terrific player.
He now has 13 points and 12 assists. And of course, that was the action earlier today. Philadelphia in overtime beating Milwaukee. Here in the West, we have 8 minutes to go in the final period. The trap, they go long and deep to Artis. And the Lakers are swarming on defense right now. Here's Kareem, got inside. Gilmore is playing with the 5, and Jones fouled him. Chance for the three-pointer.
Kareem's been absolutely amazing. There's a one-on-one move against Artis right here. He fakes to the middle, spins to the baseline where you want him to spin, goes to the opposite side of the basket, and is fouled by Edgar Jones. Right now, San Antonio has to call a timeout. They're down by 12 with a possibility to go to 13. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is carrying over from where the Portland series was.
So a chance to watch the defending champion Jack Nicklaus and all the other pros next weekend. Jack, of course, had to withdraw from the Masters because of that back problem, but he's feeling fine now. And the Spurs are not feeling so fine here in Inglewood. Artis Gilmore with 5 fouls, and the game has not been the same since he picked up his 5th. And here is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 28 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 block shots. We are live in Inglewood, California. We're watching on CBS, the home of the NBA championship. Here's Mitchell.
That's just a great individual move by Mike Mitchell. He is some offensive play. He can score.
They'll have to make up 11 points now in 7 minutes. Nixon, and it'll be 13 points. Nixon with 25. Three-pointer taken down by Magic. Here's Cooper coming in on Moore, who knocks it away beautifully and behind his back. What a fantastic defensive play by Johnny Moore. Mitchell. Gervin with a rebound. Nixon. Johnson with an offensive rebound. Lakers set up a half-court game at the 6:13 mark. McAdoo. Air ball to Gilmore. Back now to Moore. Alley-oop, but way over Edgar Jones' head, out of bounds.
That was a bad pass by Johnny Moore. So far in this game, Kareem has played the entire second half. Rambis comes in the game now with Wilkes, but they're leaving Kareem in the game. McAdoo will go out. And Kareem has had to go against Artis Gilmore, a very physical player. It shows you how important Pat Riley feels this first game of the series is to leave him in the entire second half.
An amazing defensive play here by Moore.
It shows you what great hustle Moore has, and also shows you what great athletes we have in the NBA. He goes in, takes it from Cooper. That's not over yet. Look at this save behind his back for a fast break opportunity for the San Antonio Spurs. Great play by Moore.
And the Lakers have been on a 32-15 streak in the last 11 minutes of this game. That would be since Artis Gilmore picked up his 5th foul. There's 5 minutes and 47 seconds to go, and here's Kareem. Taken down by Moore. Spurs are trying to get a run of their own going. Into Kareem. And Artis, 6th foul. He leaves the game at the 5:18 mark.
Also a technical foul on Stan Auerbach, who did not like the call. Artis is fouled out. There'll be a technical on Coach Auerbach. And the well-executed play pass from Magic down into Kareem. It looked like he was fouled. And that's 6 fouls on Artis, and that's a big play in this game.
Nixon will shoot the technical for the Lakers. And Artis Gilmore leaves for Stan Auerbach with 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 block shots.
Brent, when a player gets some early foul trouble, 2 in the first 2 minutes of the game, he becomes hesitant, very hesitant in his game, his overall game. Even if he doesn't foul out, it does bother his play, and it was obvious that Artis was bothered by foul trouble throughout the entire game. There are some scratch marks on Kareem, and that's what you get from playing in the middle in the NBA. That's part of the game.
Come out to Pulse. Now it'll be Gervin who will try to get free, and Jamaal Wilkes fouled him. 5:04 to go. It's 104 to 93.
That's only the first team foul on the Lakers, and that's important because the Spurs are in foul trouble. Michael Cooper has got hit in the neck early in the game, but I think he'll be able to come back with a block.
Here's Mitchell.
He's a scoring machine. He can go one-on-one at the forward spot, particularly the big forward spot, as well as any forward in professional basketball.
The clock starts to work against the Spurs at 4:52, and they trail at 104-95. Lakers taking their time with their half-court game. So, Fultz to Moore. Jones. Nixon. Whistle had sounded.
That's a reach-in foul on Edgar Jones. They're the fouls that kill you. They kill you because now they're in the penalty. It's a cheap foul, and that's the difference from being in the penalty like San Antonio is, and for the Lakers only have a one-team foul. They don't go to the line, San Antonio, when they get fouled on the off-the-ball fouls, and it's not a shooting foul. It's a big difference. It's a big part of the game. 4 fouls for 1 foul.
27 points and 8 assists for Norm Nixon. He was spectacular in the clincher against Portland. 36 points in Game 5 here in the Forum. He had been in a slump until that night. He's been out of it ever since. He has played magnificently here this afternoon. Moore negotiates inside. Rambis to Wilkes. On the runner, and here's Moore.
Stan Auerbach has just been tossed out of the game by Jack Madden. He got a second technical foul. If you get 2 technical fouls in the NBA, you're gone. And Jack Madden has just tossed Stan Auerbach.
Stan asking Jack why. And Jack telling him to please leave.
He's not going easy. He's got a few more words to say. I've been in that position myself now and then in my career. Paul McCollum, the assistant, Morris McCollum, will take over the club. He's had experience in coaching, and he has to, right now, he's in a spot where you hardly ever leave your assistant with a lead. Usually when you throw that in the game, you're down 8 or 10 points. Here's Stan Auerbach leading the game right now.
That second shot is because the trainer got the second technical over there.
Jack Madden is not a man to mess with. He will toss you pretty quick if he feels you violated what he thinks you might be calling him.
So Albeck got one, and trainer John Anderson got the second one in that sequence, and that's why Nixon shot twice. 3:53, 108 to 99. As Albeck leaves, the Spurs were slowly starting to come back until this occurred also.
It's a key point of the game, bro. 10-point lead now with they were down to 7.
Gervin has it knocked away, and it went off him. It'll go to the Lakers. 3:42. Magic bringing the clock down. Now goes to Rambis, who rolled off his screen. And Billy Paultz fouled him.
There's Mo McComb getting a taste of how it feels to be head coach. He's down 10 points. The head coaches never leave the assistants with a lead. That's the rule of thumb. When you get thrown out, you better be losing.
There you are, you take over. Artis is fouled out. We're trailing the Lakers at home by 8. See what you can do.
It's all yours, Bo. You can do it.
Of course, Kevin, we have known you to pick up a couple of keys in your career.
Well, I never leave the game if I got the lead. I'm always the guy when I could talk. I think Mo will call a timeout. They might have to start shooting some three-point shots and get Dunleavy in the game. 20-second timeout.
So Pat Riley brings the defending champions over to huddle. They are in control with 3 minutes and 27 seconds to go. The Lakers leading the Spurs 110 to 99. And I rather suspect that there were some in your profession, Kevin, who thought that Pat Riley was lucky last year, that he inherited the best athletes, and all he did was roll the basketballs out. What do you think of him now as a coach?
I've had an opportunity to watch Pat work firsthand in practice in the Portland series and so far the beginning of this series, and I'm extremely impressed. He's got good control of what he's doing in practice. They work extremely hard. He runs the entire practice himself, and the players seem to enjoy playing for him. That combination, he could coach anywhere in the NBA. He's an excellent coach. He's going to be around for a long time if he can handle it.
And we'll be around Tuesday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Game 2 of this series. San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. 3:20 to play here in Game 1. Johnny Moore behind the three-point line, but he did not get the call. He had stepped inside of it with his toe. He was checking it, and it's only a two-pointer. Into Kareem. Holtz checking in with the hook. Yanked off by Edgar Jones. Or rather, Mike Mitchell, I'm sorry. Here's Gervin. Jones from the corner, a three-pointer. Short, loose. Whoops. Over to Rambis. Open floor. Foul, and it counts. Gervin got him, and Rambis will come to the line.
I feel they wanted to go for the three-point shot, but maybe not from Edgar Jones. And on the fast break here, Iceman George Gervin fouls Rambis. He continues with the play. He has an opportunity to make a three-point play. Now they're in trouble. They're down 11 points. They'll have to go for a three-point play, but I don't think Edgar Jones was the man they wanted to take the shot.
Rambis regains it, and now Nixon will wind the clock down. Kareem with a foul, and he'll come and shoot free throws. That's 3 on Billy Paultz.
Kareem has been awesome in this game. It seems, Brent, every time we do a game, you say, who's the MVP? And you look around the floor, and it's number 33 pops out every single time. He's played the entire half. It's been a physical game. He's done all you could ask of a player, and you just got to give the guy an awful lot of credit.
At the age of 36, he is the oldest man this year in the NBA playoffs. And there he is with 30 points. Rambis cleans up the miss. Mitchell. Mike Mitchell has been an impressive offensive performer here for the San Antonio Spurs. He will be a force to be reckoned with as this series unwinds. They go backdoor to Jamaal, and he was fouled by Mitchell. Dunleavy checks in. And, of course, he's the man you want firing up the three-pointers.
Mike Dunleavy can shoot the three-point area. He'll come in for Edgar Jones. You'll probably see San Antonio take a few three-point plays. They have Gervin who can shoot the three-pointer. Dunleavy, Mitchell maybe if he has to. But Johnny Moore can get it up from the three-point area. But right now they're down 13 points. Will be 14 if Wilkes makes this shot. Wilkes has also done an excellent defensive job in the second half on Gervin.
There's the three-pointer on its way short. Wilkes. There's Rambis. Sends it back to Magic. They go to Rambis. Knocked free, and the Magic lets it go out of bounds. Lakers keep possession. Kareem is out. Listen to the ovation. Two on the shot clock. And Magic puts it in. Gervin will leave with 6 fouls at the other end for the Spurs.
You've had Gervin foul out, Artis, Gilmore foul out. And when two type players foul out for your club are in foul trouble most of the game, it's very difficult for them to play a type game they're usually accustomed to.
San Antonio came in here loose. A game like this will tighten you up in a hurry.
It sure will. I think the key has been the foul trouble, the 5th foul on Artis, and then the 6th foul on Artis Gilmore.
Norm Nixon checks out, and the man who replaced him, you were looking at Mike McGee.
And also to be able to get the guy in foul trouble. You have to have ability to draw fouls. He was able to get Artis in foul trouble, and that turned the game entirely around.
Mike Sanders out of UCLA has checked into the game for San Antonio. He'll close out the game here. A lot of the fans, of course, informed. Remember watching him as a Bruin. McGee sends it over to Cooper. Rambis. Clay Johnson is number 34 for Los Angeles. He goes back to Cooper. Here's Landsberger. Run down by Landsberger. Fresh 24. McGee. Sanders off to Moore. Behind his back, a pretty move on Michael Cooper. He scored 25 points and dished out 18 assists. He's had an excellent game. Knocked it 3. Puts it back. He'll come in on Cooper. And Sanders. 119-107 and the clock winding out here as the defending champions are going to open up a 1-game lead on San Antonio in the Battle of the West. Reminds you of North Carolina when they split it out 4 quarters. The Lakers win round 1. 119-107 the final. And we will return to the Forum in Inglewood in just a moment.
I once rolled a log off a 100-foot waterfall, came up standing, and popped myself open a cold light beer for milk.
Ah, you lumberjacks. Well, one time a big mouth bass pulled me up a waterfall. That's when you appreciate light beer, because it's less filling.
Yeah, but it was the thought of light's great taste that kept me going when I was cutting timber in the Great Sierra Forest.
Wait a minute. Sahara's the desert.
It is now.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
No, speaking of forest, remember that time when...
The Lakers win Game 1 of the Western Conference Title Series, 119-107, and our Miller most valuable player is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 block shots. Again, the man they call the captain dominated this contest. Kevin Lockery looking ahead now to Game 2 on Tuesday night. What do you see for Stan Albeck and the Spurs?
It's important that they keep Gilmore out of foul trouble. They'll probably double and triple team Kareem much more than they did in this game.
All right. Kevin, let's send it now to Pat O'Brien, who's standing by with an interview. Pat?
Thank you, Brent. We're standing by with head coach Pat Riley, and you were concerned, I think, about the matchup with Kareem and Artis, but it didn't turn out that way. It's idle worry.
Well, you know, you're always concerned about a guy like Artis Gilmore, but I think that, you know, as Kareem has shown throughout his career, and he's also shown in the playoffs that, you know, he really is the greatest center that ever played this game. You know, at age 36, he continues to play a lot of minutes, and the most important thing is that his level of efficiency never drops off. So both of them are great players, and Kareem had the big game today.
McAdoo gave the team a lift today.
Well, we've been waiting for Bob, and I think just the emotional and spiritual lift of having him on the bench and having the crowd sort of, you know, go wild when he got up to come in to help. Plus, he gave us a couple of big defensive plays and buckets, and I'm glad to see Mac back. He'll get better as the game goes along.
Okay, thank you very much.
I want to say
Congratulations.
one thing now. It's Mother's Day, and I want to say hello to Mom and Sis in Schenectady, New York, and happy Mother's Day to everybody.
Okay, hi, Mom, too. Back to you, Brent.
All right, Pat. Thank you very much. And, of course, I want to remind you that Kevin and I and Pat O'Brien will be along Tuesday night, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It'll be Game 2 of the Western Conference Championship Series for the Forum. There are a lot of folks I want to thank. They did their usual tremendous job. And Brent Musburger for Kevin Lockery saying so long from the Forum, where once again the final score, Los Angeles 119, San Antonio 107. Be sure to join us this Tuesday night, 11:30 Eastern Time, for Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, when San Antonio takes on Los Angeles again. And the NBA on CBS has been a presentation of CBS Sports.